Child Care Collaborative.
Your kids, our care, let's collaborate. Hi, I'm Evie Pulte.
Hi, I'm Gunsberg.
Hi, I'm Maddy Holz.
And this is our integrated marketing campaign, Service. We go to Highland Park High School at 433 Vine Avenue in Highland Park, Illinois.
This is our table of contents. If you have any questions, please refer to this slide.
This is our service. We are Child Care Collaborative. Our campaign connects local families with trained, background-checked babysitters. We use a friendly platform, providing peace of mind for parents and valuable work experience for the youth. We want to be able to close the gap between teens in our community and families who are in need of childcare. Child Care Collaborative addresses this growing need, and as a group, we together form a great community. Our mission is to provide easy access childcare to all families in need. We want to provide sitters who can perform above and beyond, breaking language barriers, offering unconditional care that prioritizes child safety, well-being, and overall connectedness. Over here is a projection of what we want to do with our service over the next few years. We want to almost double our revenue, and we want to pretty much raise our brand awareness by full capacity. And so we're going to do this by what I'm going to show you in the superseding slides.
Things we want to focus on are connecting people and parents throughout local neighborhoods. That is a big part of it, specifically growing the parent user base. Also recruiting our babysitters who are teens who are able to meet our standards and go above and beyond our requirements. Also establish trust and credibility between adults and teens in the community, which is basically building trust between our actual babysitters and the people that hire us. And then lastly, enhancing local community presence, which is basically posting online consistently and also practicing word of mouth habits. And on the right side of the screen, we took a field survey throughout a few high schools in the northern, southern Chicagoland areas. And this was a study from a group of high school students who had interest in becoming babysitters, and we had them fill out what languages they spoke. We had a lot of English speakers, of course, but we also found so many other languages, and that is really helpful to hiring who we can hire for our babysitters. So who we're looking for in our families are people who live in the northern Chicagoland area because that's where we're from and it's easier to connect with them that way. We also want children who are ages 1 to 13 because after 13 they're almost able to work for us, so parents aren't really looking for babysitters for kids around that age. Also parents who might have a language barrier, specifically with English, so finding parents that have kids that don't necessarily know English is really helpful because we can help them with our babysitters who we will find that are bilingual. And also parents who have children that are special needs, we will hire babysitters that can accommodate to children that have special needs. Next, for our babysitters, we're looking for teens in the northern Chicagoland area. Again, that's where we're rooted, so that is going to be a lot easier to work with them and hire them if they're near us. Also, teens who enjoy working with children, basically we want them to have a good experience and the families to have a good experience with teens with a positive attitude, of course. And also, if they have experience working with kids with special needs, that is amazing because that is something we want to be able to accommodate for families. And lastly, also people that are bilingual we want to hire so that we can accommodate for those families.
So some safety regulations we have for the sitters to ensure positive relationships with the families. Safety, of course, is our #1 priority, so we just need a couple of prerequisites to make sure that you're available to work for us. So we require that every sitter provides an interview with one of us to explain their interest in their employment, and not only that, but to talk about their experience with kids and what they have that makes them stand out, such as ability to work with children with special needs, maybe bilingual, ability to work with multiple children, anything that kind of puts you, makes you stand out. We also require a valid form of ID. We prefer you to have your driver's license, so if you could do that just so we can confirm your name, your age, your address, etc. We also run a background check just to make sure that there's no criminal records or anything that could harm any families. And then lastly, we require you to have a reference, so we would prefer somebody outside of your family or your friends, maybe somebody who you've worked with in the past, or somebody that knows you in maybe an academic way or in a hard-working environment, just to confirm that you are a hard worker and that you will be a great asset to our community. And then some safety regulations we have for the family. Obviously, our sitters are typically minors, so it is very important that we keep them safe as their employees. We require that every family provides, again, a valid form of ID just to make sure that your name, your age, your address, and we require that from every adult who lives in the household or every adult that will be interacting with our sitters. We also require a paragraph and an image for each child, explaining their strengths, their weaknesses, anything special about them, and anything that the babysitters will come to know about them, just so we can pair you with our best, and your children with our best sitters with the most opportunity to build a super strong relationship. And then again, we need a background check and a reference, just again, be sure no criminal records or anything that can harm our sitters, and references could also be employees or even family friends, just to know that you're a stable family and good for our sitters.
Here are our campaign activities that we have planned over the next few months. The first thing is an assembly in our high school as well as the other high schools that we took our field survey from earlier. We want to have this assembly most likely during school time, maybe during a homeroom time, in order to attract babysitters. In another slide that we will show you later, we are partnering with a group called Illinois Cares for Kids, and we want to have a representative from that organization come and speak about the growing need for babysitters within the northern Chicagoland area. As a result, we think that this event is going to market our service to babysitters and kind of do a lot of our good initial babysitter outreach because high school students is our target market in terms of our babysitters. The next thing I want to talk about is our Parents' Night Out, which we're going to be hosting on 4/18/2026. This, I will show you in the next slide, but this is going to be after we first gather our staff before training. And so this Parents' Night Out is going to be hosted within the community, most likely within Highland Park. And what we're going to be doing is we're going to have parents drop off their kids. We're most likely going to rent out a space, and we're going to have parents drop off their kids from 5:30 to 8:30. And this is going to be an opportunity for our babysitters to kind of get some hands-on experience with children, as well as get our service name out and show that we are a trustworthy service. The next thing I want to talk about is we're going to post on local neighborhood platforms. A great example of this is North Shore Moms. This platform is a Facebook-run community that I know my mom is on it, Maddy and Evie's moms are both on it. A lot of moms within this community are looking for information about themselves, about their child, and it's a great way to connect moms. And so we think that making a post about our service could be a great thing. So that's going to just one of many places that we're going to be posting on our neighborhood local platforms. The last thing I want to talk about is on 4/26, we're going to be doing our open kind of ribbon cutting ceremony. Not actually, but it's going to be like a metaphorical ribbon cutting ceremony in terms of our first night for the babysitters. So it's going to be a Friday night. This is going to be the first night the babysitters are going to have their jobs be available to the public. So I'm sure by then we're going to have people kind of booking for their needs. Here are 2 key dates for staff. Our interview process begins on 4/3/26. Just going back to the previous slide, this is after our assembly, but before our Parents' Night Out. And so when this interview process, we want to make sure, like Maddy said previously, we want to do our background checks. We want to make sure we have the best babysitters as possible. Then after our Parents' Night Out, those babysitters who we have recruited that are still interested are going to be attending our initial staff training on April 30th, 2026. In terms of our budget, between the 3 of us, we are going to be depositing collectively $4,000 into our business. This $4,000 is going to be going to, as you can see here, digital marketing, print, community marketing, branding and collateral, website and technology operations, PR and outreach, and our contingency fund. Our revenue model in terms of how to make money for our service is Our parents are going to be paying our babysitters through our platform. Based on the level of experience that the babysitters have, they're either going to be paid $20 to $25, maybe even $30 an hour. It really depends, sometimes $15 an hour, and that money is going to go to us. As a result, we are going to be paying our babysitters based on their age. So, for example, if you had a 14-year-old babysitting, it would be $14 an hour. 15-year-olds, $15 an hour. 16, $16 an hour, etc. So that's our plan in terms of budget, and we hope to be making profit as soon as possible.
So our partners and our partnership is very important to us. So we want to collaborate with the Child Care Assistance Program, otherwise known as Illinois Care for Kids, and this helps families and parents who maybe are in need or need a little bit more help financially, help them pay for childcare without, the stress of being able to afford it. So it is a great organization, and we want to help these families in need. So we want to donate 10% of our overall revenue to this platform, and we hope that it helps some families who might need a little bit of extra assistance. Some key metrics that we are hoping to achieve. First of all, we would like to make $10,000 in revenue. I think that that is a great starting base and will expand in the future. We are also going to have good staff fundraising events to grow a community within our staff. We all think that it is very important to have our staff grow to know each other and to create a family, as well as family events where, like our Parents' Night Out, where we can have groups of kids, also kind of form a community and allow parents for just some extra breaks. And then we'll also have some whole family events and fundraisers and fun family things for them to do. We're also going to have bake sales and other stuff at our local high schools to kind of spread, again, that word of mouth, and to get more people interested in either joining on the family side or the sitter side. And then our key thing is to grow our image and to grow how people view us. So we're going to have some flyers around neighborhoods and towns that we're interested in getting families and babysitters from. We're going to grow a social media platform, Instagram posts. We're going to advertise, as well as through Illinois Care for Kids. We're going to work with them and create some advertisements and media branding to try and extend our message.
So our short-term goals, which are going to occur in the next 1 to 2 years, so the first thing we want to focus on is our brand awareness. We want to collect and share family reviews, good family reviews to other families that can view them and kind of get more information on what we're doing here. Also, along with that, maintaining a consistent social media presence, so posting consistently across multiple social media platforms is very important. Along with our partnerships, it's important for us to develop a reliable and connected childcare network within our communities with our babysitters and our families. It's good for them to stay connected and also stay connected within other families throughout the Chicagoland area. Also, along with that is our marketing. This kind of goes, again, like I said, boost visibility via social media, so posting consistently again, and also having people work on that all the time, like our babysitters or people like us who are just working towards a greater goal of the visibility on social media. And lastly, distributing simple flyers at high schools in the suburbs over here is a good way to have high schoolers walk around the hallways and just see our flyers at their own school. Our long-term goals, which is 3+ years, we want to maybe one day have a high school board, which kind of gives our babysitters a more leadership position with more responsibilities, like a team lead babysitter, a training coordinator, scheduling manager, and community outreach lead. And that they will all kind of have their own job and responsibilities that will help Child Care Collaborative function better. And also expansion. We want to connect with more schools within Illinois and other organizations within Illinois that we can help also donate money to at the end of each year, along with Illinois Care for Kids. And along with the expansion is also kind of having replicating this service model throughout the whole nation maybe one day, and having other people run it in different states or different communities.
This is our bibliography, and it is just any information with Illinois Care for Kids and the Child Care Assistance Program, just for more information on that.
Thank you so much for listening to our service. We really appreciate it, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.